Again. So I'm all about science today. Apparently this is number 2 experiment. I am going to make a baking soda and vinegar rocket, so let's see how that is. It's actually, I came outside for this because I didn't want to explode this in my house. So I've made a fancy rocket here with a plastic bottle. Made a stand with some pencils and some medical tape because that's the kind of tape that's always at my house. And we've got a little paper towel full of some just regular baking soda and a cork. So let's see how this goes. All right. I'm gonna come out here because I don't want to explode this in my face. I'm doing this one-handed because I don't have a lab helper besides my dogs, and they're not helpful even a little bit. I think I made a really large satchel of baking soda here, but it's gonna be awesome. We're gonna go all the way into space with this. Alright, well that failed. Sort of. I mean, it did what it was supposed to do as far as reacting, but my one-handed attempt was not good. Anyways, go check out this carnage here. I may have, in hindsight, I may have put too much baking soda to vinegar. I had a whole lot of baking soda in there. Also, I think that my cork was maybe just a little too loose because I couldn't really get a good seal in there. But it still kind of showed what it was supposed to do versus not being a very successful rocket. So the reason that this works the way it's supposed to when it works is because the vinegar, which is acetic acid and water, and the baking soda, which is sodium bicarb. Of course, it's an acid and a base, and they're trying to neutralize each other. So when they try to neutralize each other, that reaction is going to create water and CO2. And the CO2, of course, is a gas, and it's going to try to take up a lot of space. So as that gas builds up and it runs out of space in the bottle, it's going to expand and push out at that weakest point, which would be where the cork was, and that downward push is going to cause an upward thrust, which can be explained by Newton's third law of motion, where for every action there's an equal but opposite reaction. So that's the reason that the rocket is supposed to launch into space, but mine just sort of failed on the launch pad there, but still really kind of showed the reaction and showed the acid-base reaction there. So not a terrible failure. I would try it again, but I'm completely out of vinegar. That was the only vinegar that I had, so maybe the rest of you guys will have a more successful rocket launch.